My name is Jessica Williams, and I'm the Curator of History and Collections here at the Intrepid Sea, Air, and Space Museum. The exhibits and collections teams are responsible for interpreting and caring for the more than 18,000 items in the museum's collections. We use the collections to tell the stories of the individuals who are behind some of the most transformative innovations in history to inspire visitors from around the world to ask questions and dream big. One of the museum's showcase artifacts is the former USS Growler, a submarine constructed and deployed during the height of the Cold War and an early attempt to use these stealthy vessels as covert missile platforms.
My name is Ron Rousseau. I volunteered to serve aboard submarines. When I went to Hawaii, I got there 2 days before the Growler came back from her 6th patrol. And we were standing on the pier, a couple of us waiting to report aboard. And this gray, ugly-looking ship comes into view, and it doesn't look like a submarine that we knew. I couldn't believe it would ever submerge and come back up. It's got too big a bow. That was my first time I met the Growler, and had a great crew.
In 1989, the submarine Growler joined the collection of the museum, becoming the first American nuclear missile-carrying submarine open to the public. Growler and its missiles were steps along a much longer path, and their deficiencies as weapons highlight the decisions and compromises that fueled the Cold War.
Our primary job was stay hidden, carried 4 nuclear Regulus missiles, had to surface to fire them, and our job was to prevent a war. We were there, they knew we were there, and that's hopefully the reason we never went to war with Russia.
In service from 1958 to 1964, Growler was armed with Regulus I cruise missiles, carrying nuclear warheads with the explosive equivalent of 2 million tons of TNT. Growler patrolled the east coast of the Soviet Union with a crew of about 100 men, all volunteers. Between 1960 and 1963, Growler conducted 8 strategic deterrent patrols in the Western Pacific, each of which lasted about 3 months. These long, intense patrols, carried out in such a small space, encouraged sailors to form close bonds with one another, bonds that are still evident among surviving crew members today.
They're great crew members. Yeah, still in touch with them, a lot of them today. We have reunions every 2 years. Very lucky we still have about half the crew that served on here still alive. Not all of them can travel anymore, but we're very lucky. Growler is in great shape. I really appreciate the Intrepid Museum for keeping it up like it is. You can touch, you can feel, you can see, and you can hear stories from crew members. And where else can you do that? Here in New York City, we're very lucky to have it.
The museum's goal in preserving Growler and presenting the corresponding exhibition, A View from the Deep, is to capture the modern imagination by unveiling chapters from Cold War history through the stories of the men who served on board. The submarine itself and exhibition together make real-time connections to today's current events and technological achievements. Help the museum continue this vital work by making an end-of-year gift, which will be matched by Museum Trustee Stanley Hubbard. Your donation will help us continue to restore Growler's historic interior, record oral histories with former crew members, and produce education programs that explore the connection between the Cold War's technology and tensions and the world we live in today. Make your gift today.